Good morning, friends, and welcome to another episode of Lifestyle in the Garden. Today, we start off at this impatience, and I was telling you the other day that it sends up little seed pods like those. Actually, I just picked a few this morning, and they actually look like this. So, if you touch it, you see where it just pops, and there's a lot of seeds, and it just pops open. So this will actually self-seed. There are different colors. This is pink, like a kind of fuchsia color. They come in white. I'm sure they come in other colors, but these are the ones I see pop up, in and around my yard. It's fine like in the container, but if you have it in the ground, it will literally take over that area with all the seeds. They're easy to pull. That's the beauty of it, though. They're easy to pull. And like in times like this, when you don't have much color around the garden, you kind of appreciate them. So when I see them, I'll pull a certain amount up, but then I'll let a certain amount go ahead and do their show. So those are the impatient. I think it's called balsaminia, something like that. So today we're gonna do a few things around the yard. So I'd gotten my pruners out and I'd actually started on the humongous azalea bushes. Remember I told you there were a few branches that I wanted to get rid of. So I grabbed my pruners and I took off that long limb that was, just coming up here. And I cleaned up the base of this one a bit. The other branches that are there, they're like, really the structure and the bones of, the shape. So if I remove some, sometimes it will really, you know, take away from the shape. But there are still parts that I want to remove, but my pruner is not big enough. So I'm gonna have to wait until hubs come, because this big one, I want to take it off like right here. It just comes to here, and that can go, so I can show up the trunk of this. And I'm wondering if it's actually two, because you got a big clump over there and then you got this one right here. But it's been always it's always been like one shaved up big bush since I've been here. We inherited it, and it's a nice bush. Sometimes I feel I want to take it down like to here, but I don't want to sacrifice the foliage and wait. I like the instant gratification. So when I trimmed it up the other day, it really let a lot of light into the garden. Um, my bins are still going strong. I've gotten a few tomatoes. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a kind of yam or something. But I let it run. I'm not sure what it is, and I was hoping to find out what it is. It just volunteered. And of course, those are the seedlings my husband gave me, but they just decide to pop up now. Of course, they're not going to make it. And whatever this is, it could be a melon, it could be a pumpkin, I'm not sure. But that looked like a little tiny fruit coming up right there. Don't know if we'll actually get anything from this, but I love to watch them and see. Next year it's either I try to get some in much earlier, but it volunteered and it's there. That's the stinging nettle. And I'll be clipping away at this a little bit, like, these parts. Let's trim it up. So I'll come back in and do that. Well, that's the stinging nettle box. I don't know what I'll be putting in that one yet. I had a strawberry right there, and for some reason it just disappeared. So this is around Elaine Avenue, of course, aka the vegetable garden. And my lone hydrangea bloom. And it's so funny. This is the Clarence plant. The other day I thought it actually died. You should have seen this thing. And I literally just put it in a bucket of water. Those cans, I just put the pots in. And I lost one of my little plant here. I don't know. It drew up. It got dried up, and it wouldn't draw any water up like bottom watering it. So I just pulled it out. It's the Ascot Rainbow. I had did a little cutting. This is one from the coneflower, the pom pom, that broke off, and I refuse to let it go to waste. I love this thing so much, and I put it in some soil, and there it is. I think we're getting a little bit of life showing on this flower. So it's in my plant hospital area. So we let it go ahead and recover. Let me see if there's anything else in the plant hospital. No, nothing much. My hellebore, this one is doing quite well. I love that. And everything literally is about to go to sleep. So nothing really fun. But the main thing was to get some trimming on this azalea bush, or both of the azalea bushes. And I am going to check the melon, because I've seen a few dried leaves on the bottom. I kind of want to clean it up too. We've got some powdery mildew going on, and I really don't want to disturb this plant too much to mess with the fruits. So they're under there. So I'm going to clean it up some. And it doesn't really have thorns, but there's some little prickly parts to these vines. See, there's a lot of dead foliage down here. I'll trim some up so we could get some actual light down there too. If you can see, that's one of the melon right there. There's another big one up there, and there's one hiding behind all that. I'm just gonna get some of this out. So that's what that one looks like. Sitting on the ground. And the angel is hiding back there. Let's see if she can go ahead and watch over my pumpkin. Or not my pumpkin, my melon. I keep calling this thing a pumpkin. Maybe I wanted pumpkins. Oh, it looks real gnarly under there. As I said, I don't want to disturb it too much, but this dead foliage is really not doing it any good. So there's one right there. You see the end of the stick. See? That one is quite big too. See where the stick is? And then we got that big one. So you can see it right behind. So that's 3 big ones. That's the one on the ground. So those are the ones on the ground. Getting a top view. And those are 2 small ones. Ooh, I didn't even see this one. This is right at the front. Oh my goodness. I guess all the foliages were hiding it. This one I did see when I was going to work. Wow. And here goes a little baby one too. Oh, this thing is blooming its head off. Oh, more. Oh, this is the one from the backside. When I did the view from above, and I'm just seeing another one behind that one. Didn't see that one before. Maybe a leaf was hiding it. So that is melon update. Oh my goodness. There's a few on them. Let me see, about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe about 10. Wow. Not bad. Let's see how much we can get off it. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these gnarly looking leaves and clean it up a little bit today. A few things are still blooming, and I still have not put my few collection of clearance plants in the ground yet. This was an area I was thinking of, but I had placed a hellebore there. I didn't see it. And I put something else there and still have not seen it. So I'm not sure if those will pop back up in the spring. So I'll chop these back once they're finished blooming. I hate to cut them while they have that beauty, even though it's all sprawled out. And here goes the impatiens again with a lot of those little pods. I'll just pull that out actually. It has no bloom on it, so that's what I do. And see, it comes up pretty easily. And what I do, I just knock my soil off. I'm not throwing away my soil. Go put it in the trash. The pot in the little bed is still going. I'm gonna put that juniper in the middle, and the aster is now in bloom. So we'll go around and look at that aster. The blanket flower still has a few blooms. Echinacea, salvia, and the marigolds are just putting on their show. This is their time and they never disappoint. So these marigolds, I tell you, that's some rudbeckia. I'll deadhead those and trim them and come and pull these. That's my little peony back there. Hopefully I'll get a bloom off it next year. This is the second year. And this is my foxtail fern. I normally put this back in the sunroom, but I love this plant. I wish it could stay out. It would, but I don't want to kill that. I'm not taking any chance. I love it. And on my fence, I found this teeny tiny little seedling, a Japanese maple. And these, they pop up around my yard because I have that monster. So they pop up around my yard. And sometimes I dig them up, sometimes I pull them, sometimes I put them in a pot and give them to friends. So this is another one of those impatiens. This pot I'm rethinking because I might pull some of that sedum out. As I said, I love it. It's like little yellow blooms when it blooms, but I tell you, powdery mildew love this thing as well. So I think I might pull maybe these two right here, and I want to do some of the winter cabbage, so they might end up in there. So not much. These are the trimmings from my azalea bush. I'll clean those up in a little bit. And this is the mum that came back from last year. I'd put it in the pot, and this one is the one that came back. The one in the front, I did not see any bloom on it, but it came back, so that's a good thing. So I just let this stay here. I'm not going to put it in the ground. I'll just let it stay in the pot. And then this pot, even though it has the impatiens that volunteered there, it also have that clematis that I bought on clearance. I put it here, and I can see new blooms, new shoots coming up on that. Look at that. And I brought this trellis. I got it at Lowe's. They were on sale for $12, so I'll put that in there once I pull the impatient out, so it will have that trellis to climb on. Another thing I want to do around the garden is to prune the bottom of the euonymus bush. This is the big one that the caterpillars had eaten down. See, it always flushes out, just that's their food. It looks terrible, but at least, there's one thing that is in my garden that, you know, pollinate. I don't know if they're pollinators or just pests, but they seem to love this plant. So I guess the first part of the year, I have to leave it to them, and then I'll enjoy it for the rest of the year. So on the bottom of this is where I planted some rudbeckia, and I want to trim it up some, limb it up some more, like the lower limbs, like that one coming out sideways, and that big one. I want to prune those off so we have more room under here, and also get these pavers set in, better. Maybe give it another height. So that's the plan for this little area. I want to see a sea of yellow underneath here, and I know rudbeckia loves sun. My yard is all sun, so it should get some streaks from the other side, and then once I prune this up and the sun is overhead, it should be fine. Let's see. So that's the plan for this. My butterfly bush, that's still going okay. I think something was in there digging. I don't know what was there. I thought of pruning this up a little bit, but it's still tiny. It is still a tiny little plant. This is the extended lily bed. I tell you, the marigolds just don't disappoint. That thing is humongous. And I'm gonna have to chop it back a little bit because there's a balloon flower somewhere down there. Ugh, and my phone is going all crazy. It's trying to find it too. Yeah, so my camera was going crazy with my handheld. So my dahlia, I love this dahlia. And this is the aster. I would have really gotten an explosion hadn't the rabbits decide to have it for snack. Seems like when it came up, they thought the salad bar was open. Yeah, I just left the stems there. They'll break down. But that's my aster. It's looking sorry, but it would have looked better. I don't even know if that liquid fence thing worked, because I tell you, that thing smells so gross. I put it on it though. So I don't know if that's why I still have some blooms. So I'll continue to put whatever, I can on my plants to see if I can keep these little bunnies off my plants. These are two echinacea that still figuring out where to put them, because this hydrangea I know is going to get bigger and they need sun. That would be a nice place to put them, but also next year when the lilies come up, they'll be towering at least at the height of the hydrangea. So I don't know. Still working it out. I might try it, and then if it doesn't work, I might move it, but we'll see. So we'll switch around to where I put one of the mum. And it seems like it's doing okay over here. I have the other hellebore down there and a salvia that I dug up from Arborvitae's edge. So I don't know if putting one of the echinacea, clearing out some of that lily of the valley, or on the back, and putting it there, it should get enough sun. Because this is the bed where the mock orange is, so they're kind of two clumps. It should be fine. Like behind where that hellebore, that's the hellebore down there struggling. I got lily here too, and then lily of the valley all over, then some grass. I need to clean that out. So I'll try one of the echinacea over there. This is my Ascot rainbow. And I'm wondering if I could put another echinacea over there. And I have poison ivy over there too, so I want to clear that out. So I think this might be where I put the echinacea. I love this plant. I wish I had bought like 6 of them. The dahlia. Look at that bloom. Look at that bloom. Isn't that gorgeous? And the rose is doing quite well too. It's all bushy and weedy. These are the 2 coneflowers I planted. There was another tiny part that broke off. I put it in there, but I don't know if it caught on. And then that's the other one. So not much going around. This is the centerpiece. I'm rethinking this trumpet vine because I think it's too big, too powerful, too aggressive for this little dainty trellis. And I think I might rethink it. Has beautiful blooms. I didn't get a whole lot this year. There's still some coming out. But I think I might rethink it and put that white clematis. I forgot what they call it. I think I might do that on it. But that's it. It did give some shade. That's what I wanted, but I think it's too aggressive, and it grows having an untidy habit. It's not like it runs and it will, grab onto the trellis and kind of conform itself to it. It's just all over the place. And I find I have to come out and use like little ties to kind of get it in place. I don't need that kind of additional task. So we go down to the back where I have this rose, and I found the little critters. I've started to dig in, so I'm going to top dress it with some gravel that I have, and I'm going to do that today. But otherwise, nothing much in the garden. These are some more clearance plants. I'm definitely going to try to get them in the soil today. Oh, these, I got these. And it smells divine, can I tell you? All right, is my camera gonna behave? All right, now it's behaving. Well, let's go over here to the table. So this is the Lucky Lots Abelia. It blooms dainty little flowers, white flowers. It says full to partial sun, multi-season beauty. I got it on clearance. I think I got it half off. It grows 4 feet high and 4 feet wide. However, I'm going to keep this in a pot. This is something I would love. I love the variegated leaves. It's aromatic. I think I might get some more blooms off this. So I'm going to put it in a pot and decide where I'm going to put it. Because I don't know in the landscape yet. As I say, I want to put things, I don't want to be doing a lot of digging up of a plant. There's a few ideas I have, but I have 2 of these. And these I'll be potting them up. And then over time, I'll decide where I put them. This is the other one. So for now, they're sitting pretty in the back. So, as I say, nothing much is going on. A few blooms here and there. Ooh. I have always loved this rose. This is just so beautiful. And this is in the back garden. And that's the other Ascot rainbow right there. So that is our Tuesday, tune in Tuesday here at Lifestyle in the Garden. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Have a great day.